Hey, good morning. Welcome to the 7-Minute Marketer. I am your host, Coffee with Mike, and I'm actually making my coffee right now. No, it is not instant. I have a tendency to spoil myself here and there, and I will throw sweet things in it, like every once in a while I'll throw some whipped cream on top. Today I'm throwing some hot chocolate in. And that's basically it. I'm not throwing any cream or anything in it. Just some hot chocolate, and so I can have some caffeine. So, 7-Minute Marketer today. What are we talking about? We are talking about tracking. Why? I'm pretty sure anybody that understands data will understand this, but a lot of business owners forget. What gets tracked gets measured. If you're not tracking what you're doing with your leads or your contacts, you're going to miss out on a lot of other opportunities. This has to do, we talked a little bit yesterday about adding on new people into your database for referrals. Last week we talked about your ideal clients, but you got to track that stuff. You got to find some place where you can either write it down. Listen, there's some people that still use the old notepad to track their leads, and that's fine. If that's the way that's most effective for you. But you need to be able to track what you're doing. You got to be able to see who it is you spoke to, what was the conversation, put some context in it, and keep track of it. Because at the end of all of that, you can actually, if you're very good at mentally creating imagery, looking at a notepad, you'll be able to figure out who's the closest to either bringing you a referral or becoming a client or customer. If you're a brick and mortar business, obviously you'll definitely want to be able to track your sales, how many times people have come in when they've bought, what kind of marketing you did. As a quick example, some time ago we went to a pizza place, and so some time ago they were still using print ads, and we asked them. I said, "Well, what does this print ad serve?" And they said, "Well, the whole Las Vegas Valley." We're like, "Oh, that's wonderful. How many people do you think actually come to your pizza place? What do you think the radius is?" And they said, "Oh, probably about a mile and a half." And slowly, as this crossed this business owner's mind, they started getting red. You could tell they were starting to get upset because they realized they had just spent a lot of money for an ad that goes valley-wide to areas that don't have his customers. And at the same time, he wasn't even sure who was really seeing his ad. He had no way to track it. He had no way to figure out what's going on. He could track the sales, but no way to gauge what that ad was going to do for him. So, marketing tip. You run any kind of ad, you run any kind of print or digital, you run any kind of ad, you need to set up a system that you can track what's going on with that ad. What gets tracked gets measured. If you can track an ad, whether that's on radio, TV, print media, or digital media, digital is obviously the easiest. You can track that ad, you'll be able to tell whether or not it's actually working and whether or not it's still a good idea to keep it going. In digital media, data is very, very specific. You can really look at what's going on, and you can very much adjust your ad spend according to what is actually happening with your leads. So, as an example, on Facebook, once you've presented a video on a business page, like this, Victory Media, for anybody that watches this video, I can actually go back and create one audience that I can send one specific message to, just the people that watched this one video. Pretty cool. Can't really do that out in print media. You can definitely not do it in broadcast media. That's a little more spray and pray, or branding, which, unless you're a multi-billion-dollar, multi-million-dollar corporation, probably not a good idea. Okay? But anytime you get somebody new, when you're adding them to your database, you're going to want to track them. Anytime you're doing any marketing, whether you're doing ads or what have you, you want to track that. With regards to anything that's done offline, because there's still a lot of guys that do offline marketing, and effectively so, guys. There are still some industries where mailouts do still work, especially because the amount of return that you can get off of those does not have to be immensely large. You know, it's financial planners are not necessarily a mass marketing deal. They'll send out 1,000 cards, get maybe 1 or 2 clients, and they've done very well. Okay, same thing can happen for attorneys. They put up billboards. They'll spend $2,500 a month, and they'll get a flood of clients for personal injury, for family law, for bankruptcy, and they'll make money. Okay, so in some cases, offline marketing still works quite effectively. If you're branding, if you're a bigger company. Oh, by the way, when I'm talking about attorneys and financial planners, I'm not talking about the celebrities. I'm just talking about some normal local neighborhood or local regional service providers. It still works for them, but even they have to track what they're doing. Even they have to know what the conversion rate is. You got to track what you're doing, or you will not know where to put your money next. You will be throwing your money. What's easier? If you're going to do it that way, here's a great suggestion. Take a stack of hundreds, go to your bathroom, lift the lid on the toilet, hit flush, and then just start doing that. That's essentially what you're doing if you're not tracking your marketing. You want to make sure that you know exactly where your money is going. If you're going to hire an agency, that's one of the questions you're going to want. How do I get a hold of the tracking? How do you measure for me what the actual return is? Are you going to show me a whole bunch of confusing charts, or are you actually going to show me what the results were? And how do you plan on doing that? I'm an auditory guy. I don't like visuals, so I see all this stuff and it just confuses me. Can you explain it to me? Or I am a visual guy. I want to see graphs. I want to see charts. I want to see numbers. You have to figure out how that's going to work for you. See something here? 7 minutes. That's it, guys. Very simple. What gets tracked gets measured. Make sure you are tracking your marketing. If you're doing it with the referral points too, track it through a CRM, a customer relationship management portal. Wise Agent, Top Professional, something, or Zoho CRM, AMO, any of those. Find one that fits your liking, and that's easy enough so you can track who you're talking to, whether it's a referral partner or whether it's a client or customer. What gets tracked gets measured. Keep going, guys. Happy hump day. Ciao. Hey guys, it's Coffee with Mike. If you like what you're watching and the tips that you're getting, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. There might be one over here too, I'm not sure. And make sure you share this with a few of your friends. I'm going to be doing this on the daily, Monday through Friday. And after I do it on Facebook Live on my fan page, I'm going to bring it right over here so y'all can take a look at it here as well. All right? Leave a comment. If you like it, you don't like it. If you think I'm wrong, please put some proof down below. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. And, marketing does change. Sometimes the principles don't, but the platforms do. And the effectiveness at different times has changed in the past, so it's probably going to change in the future. Hey, help us keep up. If you're one of those guys, jump in. Who knows? I may interview you one day. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks again. Take care.